Hi, I'm Dr. Tommy. Welcome to another episode of Decoding Polarization. Well, today I'm going to do something a little different in the format here. Normally, I read through a script several times and then get a sense of what I want to say just kind of off the top of my head. Today, I am just going to read the script and see how that works. Okay? All right, here it is. Hi, I'm Dr. Tommy. I help people solve the problems caused by being themselves. She was the voice of one of the most extreme hate groups in America. She held up signs at funerals. She tweeted messages meant to provoke the world. And she believed deeply that she was doing God's work. Her name is Megan Phelps-Roper. She was born into and became a leader within the Westboro Baptist Church, a cult based in Topeka, Kansas, that she would later describe as rigid, controlling, and completely closed off from the outside world. You probably remember them, the colorful signs with the profane messages, the small angry crowd standing at the edge of a funeral or a public event protesting the very people they claimed to be saving. To this day, her father, one of Westboro's most prominent leaders, insists it wasn't a cult at all. But Megan left. She walked away from the system, the ideology, and her family. What changed her? Not a louder argument, not a public takedown, just one person who treated her like a human being. This is a story about conviction, isolation, and what it takes to come back from both. At Westboro, Megan was deeply polarized on two specific strengths. Practical thinking, the strength that focuses on rules, clarity, and structure, and dependent risking, the strength that finds safety in loyalty, tradition, and group belonging. These strengths gave her confidence and purpose. They helped her feel certain in a chaotic world. But they also cut her off from everything outside the system she'd inherited. Practical thinking, when it's overused, becomes rigid, unable to tolerate nuance or ambiguity. And dependent risking, when it's overused, keeps you loyal to systems that no longer serve you because disloyalty feels dangerous. That's what polarization looks like in opposite strengths. Overusing strengths that once helped you until they trap you. So what changed Megan wasn't confrontation, it was dialogue. One person asked questions, not to win, but to understand. And that gave Megan just enough room to flex. She began to use independent risking, the strength that lets you think for yourself, even when your community tells you not to, even when it costs you everything. That flex to independent risking unlocked the flex to theoretical thinking, asking why instead of just enforcing what. She started to question the system, but not to destroy it, but because her integrity demanded it. She didn't abandon her strengths. She just stopped using them in isolation. And that's how real growth begins. Well, maybe you've known someone like Megan, someone who sees the world in absolutes, right or wrong, us or them, no gray, no questions. Or maybe you've lived it, holding tightly to rules that felt sacred and staying loyal to the people who taught them, because walking away would mean losing everything. That's what it looks like when practical thinking becomes rigid and dependent risking becomes a trap. If that's ever been you or someone you care about, Megan's story shows what it takes to break that pattern. Not rebellion, not collapse, but the courage to flex. I'm Dr. Tommy. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Decoding Polarization, where together we make sense of what doesn't make sense.